Hey guys, welcome back. James Charles has had a controversial past, and now some new claims are circulating online, allegedly according to Rhett. Today, we're breaking down what's verified, what's being claimed, and what remains unconfirmed. Let's dive in. First, a quick recap of James' verified controversies. In 2021, a 16-year-old TikTok user accused James of sending sexually explicit messages and pressuring them to sext. After that, multiple other underage individuals came forward with similar stories, claiming unwanted explicit messaging or requests. James responded in his video titled Holding Myself Accountable, admitting he messaged two people he believed were 18, who later turned out to be minors. He apologized and called his actions reckless.
Two different people, both under the age of 18, have recently come forward saying that they had inappropriate messages with me on social media. To the guys involved with this situation, I want to say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I added you. I'm sorry that I flirted with you. And I'm really sorry if I ever made you uncomfortable. It is completely unacceptable. I was being reckless.
This scandal had serious consequences. His YouTube channel was demonetized and he faced massive public backlash. Jeffree Star has also publicly criticized James. In a 2023 interview on the Dumb Blonde podcast, Jeffree called James the biggest piece of in the beauty industry and accused him of talking to minors. He further alleged that James was manipulative, lied about interactions, harmed fans, and used minors for attention while taking advantage of the power his fame gave him. Jeffree also claimed he had recordings from alleged victims that he said showed inappropriate behavior.
Let me word this the right way. I got cocky and thought that I could expose someone else's trauma and story to X out someone else. That person did not want me to. Therefore, this person is still free. And to see this person still out there, they're not thriving like they used to be at all. It's just interesting. But the industry does have demonic snakes.
Yeah.
He's the biggest piece of shit in the beauty industry.
Wow,
and he
really?
allegedly has done a lot of horrible things. He admitted to talking to minors. He is a fucking piece of shit.
So that is true. I always stay out of the drama.
He did a video allegedly, not allegedly, admitting to minors. One of the most vile human beings on this planet. And I have never really talked or addressed these things, but he is a literal fucking monster. People aren't ready for the truth. Everyone wants to keep their mouths shut and they keep... Why?
Right.
If someone is bad, let people know.
Yeah. No,
You have A-list celebrities literally using this shit. Yes, Kim Kardashian, we're talking to you. You're using his makeup?
Absolutely. You'll have to tell me who it is later so I can steer clear of that human.
Oh, his name is James Charles. It's the height of James's new fame, new money, going batshit crazy and not knowing how to handle it all. And it turned him into a monster. And he really thought, I have money, you're gonna sleep with me. It was very disgusting. And there was a 19-year-old waiter who he tricked into his room later that night. And the guy said he wanted to leave. And James was like, I paid for this. It was all just too much. And it just bubbled up crazy. And we all flew home just horrified by this person.
Now here's the newest development. Allegedly, according to Rhett, new claims are circulating about James having had other inappropriate communications in the past.
My name is Rhett, and if you don't know me, maybe this will help you out once again. So when I was 14 years old, TikTok kind of became like my escape. And then suddenly, I kind of blew up on TikTok. It was kind of like a kid's dream. People started paying attention to me. People were supporting me. It was everything I could ask for. I felt happy again after leaning towards that from a happiness, which doesn't sound good, but if you get what I mean, you get what I mean. So anyways, and then something crazy happened. James Charles commented and liked one of my videos. At that age and at that moment, it was crazy. It was pretty freaking cool. It's like I accomplished something, like, oh wow, a big creator is seeing me, like I'm being put out to this person's page. I was not a fan of James Charles, but I knew who he was. I didn't really watch his videos or anything like that, but yeah, you're gonna know who that is. It's one of the biggest creators at the time. I was super shocked, I was super happy, and honestly I could probably say I was proud, Not long after he messaged me, hey, I responded almost immediately. Who wouldn't respond? It was exciting, but that excitement did not last long at all. The fun didn't last long at all. it honestly came crashing down just as quick as it all happened. And I've already talked about this before. Hold on, I'm sorry. Anyways, months ago, I tried to talk about the situation once again, but it all came crashing down. I was getting threats, not just towards me, but to my family as well. People were messaging my family. People were calling me closeted. People were just doing some pretty mean things. And on top of that, my videos got taken down once again. So I said, you know what, I'm done and I'm over it. No one believed me and everyone thought I was just making something up, which is my fault because I never showed as much proof as I do have, and that's what I'm going to do now. The conversations that I've had with my lawyers via email and conversations I've had with, the detective in that state at the time, I kept to myself because, that's not just my privacy. Those people have families as well, and I didn't want to get them involved. But why should I protect people who never protected me? So I'm going to be speaking about it, and I'm going to be going deeper into it, deeper than I've ever been, with proof of me having conversations with my lawyers and emails and just everything else. I'm not doing this for the drama. I'm not doing this for the attention, but I'm doing this because the threats and the silence have gone on way too far, and my story deserves to be told in the full truth without hiding anything or backing down from anything anymore. So what I'm going to do now is pull up the clip of me kind of first talking about it and getting y'all to understand the full story, and then after that clip is over, I'm going to be coming back and showing y'all the receipts of the lawyers I have and the proof of me being in contact with the Frisco Police Department and just everything else. So please just take time out of your day to watch this video. Even if you hate me and you don't believe me, please just try to understand where I'm coming from, and please let me show you the proof that I have.
Hello everyone, my name is Rhett, and if you don't know me, maybe this will help you. Before I get into the story, I want to say I am not meaning to hurt anyone's career or damage anyone's reputation. I just keep seeing things pop up on my page, and it's sickening, and it triggers me in a way, But back when I was 14, I wanted to do social media my whole life. It's something I really loved and enjoyed doing. I started blowing up. I maybe created my account 7 months prior before I turned 14 years old. I ended up blowing up, maybe around 700,000 followers on TikTok. Everything was doing good. I loved it. And it was just amazing. James Charles commented under my post and liked the video, and it was exciting. That's the biggest creator I've ever been in contact with or ever commented or liked my post, Anyways, he ends up following me and he messages me, hey, I obviously respond. I'm excited, but that's where everything went downhill. It got really, really weird. Anyways, we start going back and forth on TikTok. He initiates after a few days, hey, add me on Snap. I'm like, okay, I was trying to hide the fact that I was excited. It was really cool. I was hoping that this was gonna jumpstart my career even more into being an influencer, being someone, making others happy, and just that was my intentions the whole entire time. Anyways, me and James start going back and forth on Snap, and he eventually asked me, what do I plan on doing long term? So obviously my social media was picking up and et cetera, et cetera. But at the time, I really didn't know. I knew I wanted to be something and be someone and help others and just being an amazing person and spread awareness on social media, all that stuff. And I couldn't really give him an answer because I didn't know. It was, yeah, I wanted to, but is it something I really could do, Eventually ended up telling him I wanted to get into modeling or acting or maybe even both. And, he was very supportive about that, He said, oh my God, you'd be such a good model, You would do so well modeling and just stuff like that. And obviously I didn't see anything of it. I was young. I was happy he was saying I could do that, especially coming from a really big and noticeable influencer, I thought it was great. Brother kind of didn't tell me in a way, but my brother he kind of let me do my own thing, but he kind of noticed, he didn't, how do I word this? My brother didn't think about it as the way I thought about it. My brother kind of noticed something and I could tell, but it's just, he was kind of just letting me do my own thing. Now that we got that out of the way, I'm just going to jump into a more detailed version of it. I know y'all been waiting. I'm sorry. So James started getting extremely comfortable with me. And I just, I was so excited. I didn't really realize it at the time. We were FaceTiming, which I will pull it up right here in this clip, this next clip.
At least. I don't think so. At least.
Anyway, so that part was me on the phone with James that a friend of mine recorded just because he thought it was pretty cool as well. And I thought it was something cool to have. And I didn't think about it as any way to hurt him. And it stresses me out that my life was ruined because everyone thought that. It did, like, it's irritating talking about. I'm sorry, y'all. Anyways, James started becoming super aggressive with me. He would ask me to send him photos of my happy trail, which I didn't even have at the time. And because I was 14, I didn't have a happy trail, and I had armpit hair, but you didn't ask for that. And I kind of avoided the question because it made me super, super uncomfortable. I'm sorry, I lied, actually. I told him I shaved my happy trail because I was afraid to tell him that I didn't have a happy trail or have any hair on my body other than my armpit hair. So I'm sorry, I lied about that. Anyways, he kind of started being aggressive extremely after that. He told me, well, don't shave your happy trail again, because I liked that. And he was very intense about how he said it. I know it doesn't sound bad, but it was only if you could be in my shoes when that happened. It made me super, super uncomfortable. Anyways, I go to bed that night and I wake up to his sent to me, and it made me very, very uncomfortable. He would send me a photo of his behind in the mirror, and he also sent me a video of him in the shower, which those videos are somewhere on the internet. I'm sure you can find it. If I looked, I could probably find them in a Google Drive that we actually had for my lawyer. Anyways, he started realizing that I wasn't into that. He started kind of making threats towards me, saying he was going to diminish my career. He could easily ruin my career, just all types of nonsense. And it was bad. Okay, it was really, really, really bad. It started getting super, super intense. He started saying he was going to ruin my career, go out and tell people I was gay and I was closeted, which isn't an issue. That's not an issue at all, but it was still the fact that I was a 14-year-old boy, and it scared me. It freaked me out. Anyway, so that's when I made that video. There's a lot more that happened in the story, but this video is about 5 minutes long, so I will be making a part 2. Thank you, guys. By the way, I just want to say I am not trying to diminish anyone's career. I'm not trying to ruin anyone. I'm just getting my story out once again because it was put under the rug, and it's not fair to anybody that has gone through this. Now, if you're watching this in the same situation that's happened to you, not necessarily with James Charles, but other people, just know I'm here for you. I'm there. Trust me, I've been through it, and there's so many other people behind you. It took a lot for me to make this video, and it's going to take a lot for me to make a part 2, but I have amazing people by my side, and I'm so thankful for that. So you can always reach out to me. I'm back to show all the receipts that I have of me talking to my lawyers via email. There's obviously calls, but I never recorded those, so I can't show you those. I did blur out the names and everything else for privacy reasons. This has already backfired on me more than enough. I don't need it to backfire on me again. But yeah, here we go. I'm also going to be explaining why I never proceeded with this. There's a lot of reasons to it. I'm sure you can guess, but I'm going to be explaining everything here in this video. After talking to him on the phone, this was one of the first contracts they sent. I guess it's a social media warning and just a contract overall. It had to be me and my legal guardian signing it because at the time I was underage. She mentioned reaching out to the Frisco Police Department, which was the city I was in when it first occurred and first happened. So they wanted to get law enforcement involved, which is expected. I did too. But things just didn't work that way. It all got kind of messy, which I will explain. But here is the first email that was sent. Now then, after that, they wanted me to send all the evidence into a Google Drive, which I did. Here's that right here. I know this is not really anything, but I just want to show y'all, and I want the people that don't believe me to see that I was doing everything that I needed to do to try to get this taken care of and put an end to it, or maybe stop him from doing it to other people. But here you go. Now this right here, don't mind the first part. It's kind of just a repeat of all the other emails that I've showed already, but the second part I really wanted to show y'all because the lawyer is saying they reached out to the Frisco PD, and the detective ended up calling her back, but she was I guess kind of busy, so they were kind of playing phone tag. But it was a good thing. Wanted me to be aware that they are trying, and they did reach out to the police department and everything else, which made me really happy. I remember actually, but here you go. At the moment, those are the only 3 emails I have. I'm trying to recover the rest of them, but I'm going to explain what all happened with that situation because I've never explained it before, and people never believed me that I ever even contacted a lawyer or got in touch with law enforcement or anything like that. Please don't judge me if I get emotional and get a raspy voice or you can't understand me. I'm gonna try to get through this strong, but it gets sensitive. To me, it's a sensitive topic, but let's get into things. So at the time when I was in touch with these lawyers and the detective, I was going through some traumatizing things. I was getting my address sent to me. I was getting threats. My family was getting threats. We were getting sent pictures of our house. It was a really awful thing. I started going into a depressive episode where I was too scared to talk to the lawyers. I was too scared to talk to the detective, and people kept pushing me to do it. Everyone kept pushing me and kept telling me I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to talk to him, I need to do that. And it became way too much for me. At that point in time, it became a lot. I ended up just shutting down. I ended up not posting. I ended up not doing anything. I stopped talking to the lawyers. I just ghosted them. I ghosted the detective. I ghosted almost every single person that was trying to help me get the justice and get the help I need. I left everyone in the dust. And that is something I regret deep down inside, because this thing now, till this day, traumatizes me. Anytime I see a photo of him, I see a picture of him, something in my body just shuts down. Anyways, a few days go by. Like I said, I haven't talked to lawyer, detective, nobody. Then they reach out and they're like, hey, maybe we can, get some money out of this. And it's like, what? And they was like, kind of like, oh, he's not going to want to take this to court. He's not going to want to do that. So maybe he can give you some money out of this situation. And that just right there was just that. At that point was literally my breaking point, because it was nothing about the money, and it was a shame that they even said that. Yeah, after that, I completely cut all ties with them. Wanted nothing to do with that, because it was never about that at all. But I still had all this hate coming at me full throttle, and I was just in shambles, and I was broken. I was being called closeted. I was being made fun of for being gay or bisexual, and that shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter anyone's sexuality. And once I'm ready to come out with what I am, then I should be able to. I shouldn't be made fun of that for just because of a grown man preying on me when I was a child. Everyone was texting my family. Random people were texting my family saying that I'm gay, I'm closeted, all this and all that. It became such a big thing, and I was left broken and alone and had no support other than my close family. Anyways, guys, I still have so much I'm going to share with y'all, and I'm going to try to get those receipts and the rest of the emails today, so maybe I can put it into a video tomorrow. But I just want to say, for the people that might be going through something that I'm going through, don't run the social media. Don't make the mistake that I did, because no one even believed me. All I can do now is prove my truth and hopefully get justice for myself once again, try to, and maybe justice for other people. But yeah, I'm going to put clips of the conversations with me and James here at the end of this, end of me talking right now. And yeah, I'll see y'all guys hopefully soon.
Now, these are unverified allegations. We're sharing what's being claimed online, not confirmed facts. Always approach rumors with caution and focus on verified information. Now, let's take a look at some of the public's reactions to this situation. Some people believe Ethan Rhett is clout chasing or lying, while others feel his story has been consistent and credible. Here's what the public had to say. James Charles should sue. He just wants money. Is this rage bait? This isn't a receipt. I'm not sure if I believe him. The bills can't be this high. This man's content and views are trash. He's trying to build a platform. He's irrelevant. So where's the evidence? You dropped the case but can't show actual receipts? James needs to sue for defamation because you just now want to make a post on social media. For someone who sells himself to the internet, I'm sorry, I don't believe it. Someone commented, so someone whose entire career is based off the clout he got from this scenario, now gay baits on OF wants more sympathy and money and more clout. If it was that traumatizing, you'd think you wouldn't sell your body for money, but okay. Ethan responded, this has nothing to do with what I do for a living. Obviously, you are the one with a horny mind for even thinking this. I don't need the money. He also had this to say, because of what I post and do for a living, that makes me a liar. This is exactly why he's still standing. I'm not promoting anything about what I do for a living or what I post in the videos I've made about this. I don't care about the money. It's about the principle. And the people who actually think that need help. Now, he also did get a lot of support. This person said, your story is exactly the same as it was a few years ago. I believed you then and I believe you now. The fact that you're smiling tells me immediately that you're telling the truth. It's a nervous trauma response. If you were lying, you would be acting exaggeratedly upset and not smiling at all, trying to make people believe how upset you are. If he was a woman, people wouldn't ask for more proof. I pray you get justice and peace of mind, body, and spirit. No one deserves to be made to feel less than. These people need help if they think James, who has been accused of this same thing over and over again, is innocent. You were just a baby and he is a predator. I'm so sorry this happened to you and that things were swept under the rug. I'm proud of you for being a voice for the masses of kids, teens, and even young adults who have or are experiencing this. I believe you. If he was looking for clout, he would have been hysterical crying the whole nine and he would have posted immediately, not nearly 6 years later. Jeffree Star has said James has been doing these things for years. I hope you get the justice you deserve. And lastly, this person said, I don't know how James still has a career. He's a threat to children and to society. So I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Now that does conclude this video, so thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.